After you've requested your fair hearing, you might receive 3 types of notices in the mail. A fair hearing acknowledgement notice from OTDA, a mandatory dispute resolution conference from the state agency, and a fair hearing scheduling notice from OTDA. The acknowledgement notice will have your fair hearing number, let you know if you were approved for aid continuing, and list the fair hearing issues. Please examine this notice closely. Once you receive the acknowledgement notice and have your fair hearing number, you should request an evidence packet. We'll discuss the other 2 notices in just a moment. An evidence packet contains documents that the Human Resources Administration, or HRA, will use to prove their case at the fair hearing. They're required to give you a copy of their documents at your request. It's important to have this information to prepare for your fair hearing. To request an evidence packet, if you're in New York City, you can call 718-722-5012 and request it over the phone. You can also write a letter to request the packet. In New York City, you can write your written request to HRA and fax it to 718-722-5018 or mail it to HRA Division of Fair Hearing, 14 Borum Place, Brooklyn, New York, 11201. You can also print an evidence packet request form and fax or mail it to HRA. A copy of this form is available on the link below the video. You should request the evidence packet as soon as possible, as soon as you have your fair hearing number, but at least 5 days before your fair hearing. After requesting the evidence packet, and while you wait for your scheduling notice, you may receive a second notice. This is an appointment for a mandatory dispute resolution conference. This appointment is an opportunity to resolve your public benefits issues at your local welfare office before your fair hearing date. A mandatory dispute resolution is not the same as a fair hearing. If your welfare office agrees to resolve the issue, make sure to get proof of the agreement in writing. We'll talk about how to then withdraw your fair hearing in a moment. If your issue is not resolved at the appointment, you can continue with your upcoming hearing. The third notice you should receive is a fair hearing scheduling notice. It should look like the one on the screen. This notice will display your fair hearing number, the date and time and place where you should appear for your hearing, the issues to be covered. These notices will be in English and Spanish, but generally not in other languages.